seen a tube of grease come in a plastic package. Dang it. The wind is blowing absolutely insane. Also, Napa didn't have the normal red grease that we use, so I don't know what brand I just put in the tube, but whatever brand that is needs to redesign their whole everything on that entire tube. Anyways, now that I got windy soybean hair, speaking of hair, that's the first thing I'm doing whenever I get home. Chopping off my hair. It's always fun to look back at the first of harvest and see my hair, how short it was, and then at the end of harvest, see how long it is. But anyways, that's besides the point. We're cutting soybeans today. We're not talking about hair. This is not a beauty channel. But I did forget my tripod this morning, so y'all haven't been able to see any greasing because it's in the Dodge. And the Dodge is at the farmer's barn, or the other farmer's barn, the one that Mom is working for. But anyways, we got greased up, fueled up. Tim helped me. Always appreciate Tim doing my chores. But it is super windy, dry, and I think we're gonna get going for the day.
So this morning we are getting serviced up. We did switch over to beans yesterday. Jeff is kind of making some adjustments on my header. He is greasing. Cody is also making adjustments on my header. I have a finger on my center drum that is kind of slapping my center draper belt, so it's making a noise, so we're trying to fix that. Tafari is fueling. I'm cleaning out the cab right now, and we'll see what else we can get into. I think it's stuck. Yep, she's gone. It just kept pushing.
I have to restock on sections.
I know.
We got 2 left.
You only have 2 left?
Yeah.
Hayden has his sitting in his buddy seat since he got have you. Well, last year, you know, he was running my combine, so he put it in the toolbox. But he doesn't have that on his, so he has the toolbox with all of his stuff in the buddy seat.
Yeah.
Got the build opened up and put the first kind of pass through it. I'm trying to cut it close to the pivot so that we can kind of get it moving and get it out of the way, because I do have 2 pivots in this field that I will have to cut around. Cody is out checking behind the combine to see if I need to make adjustments. Anyways, now that we've kind of got it opened up and going back and forth, this is when I can think a little clearly to make more adjustments. We have made some adjustments going around the outside, just trying not to crack them, but 7% moisture, so it's really hard to get them out of the pod and not crack them.
When we were cutting these soybeans last night, the wind wasn't blowing at all, but it was still dry enough outside that it was feeding fine, and it wasn't pushing or anything. So we probably could have got an earlier start today. It is 10:30 in the morning, but we had to go grocery shopping. You always have to slip that in somewhere. Oh my gosh, this is not a good start to the day. Well, it was going so fine, and then my right dripper belt stopped, and I'm praying that it's not a keyway, or a key I should say. Okay, we're gonna have to go look at it. Sometimes a rock can hang up in the draper belt and cause it to stop turning. I've seen them like jam up in here and like right here and stuff. Why couldn't it just be something simple? Okay, hold on. Let me try to turn it by hand. Well, we found the culprit. Whatever this is. Honestly, have absolutely no idea what this goes on or what it's used for. But if you know, you can comment down below, and I'd love to hear about it. Well, I haven't recorded much today. Hopefully Mom has been carrying the team, but it's really been a lot of back and forth. I guess right here in this particular field, there's a lot of soybeans that have a bunch of green stems and green leaves, but the soybeans again are like 9% moisture. This is kind of the shape of the field that we're working with right now. There's kind of a pivot right here that goes around, and then there's a pivot right here that goes around with a swing arm. And any place under the pivot, there's tons of green leaves and green stems. Matter of fact, you can kind of see the haze or hint of green all through these soybeans. I'm just on the edge of the pivot. If I go maybe a pass or two over, I'm into the dry land. So I kind of shot a line through the middle of the field, and then I kind of went around this circle. As you can see, like that is starting to be irrigated right here, and all of this is dry land. So I'm gonna do all of this that I've cut out. I'm gonna come over here, do this dry land corner, come over here, do this dry land corner. And after that, I'm pretty sure we're done with soybeans for at least a couple of days. I think after this field, I'm going to drop my draper off and just leave it at this field, because this is the closest soybeans that's gonna be ready. So there's no reason to take the draper anywhere if this is gonna be the next field that we're gonna need the draper in. And I think we're gonna go back to the bins and put the corn header back on, and I think wipe out the rest of the corn. I think John Deere is on their way to come out and fix the whatever sensor problem I'm having in this combine. This is one of the codes. It is a turbocharger speed extremely high, and then it also derates me. That's went off 12 times today. This one is a turbocharger speed circuit fault. That went off 22 times today. Engine derated. That went off 9 times today. And this one is the most annoying one ever. It goes off constantly. Turbocharger outlet temperature sensor circuit fault. It's went off 118 times today. It is only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I think John Deere is leaning more towards a sensor. Dad is leaning more towards a wire. I think he is almost here. I dropped him a pin for him to come out here. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. It might be nighttime by the time I pick up the camera again. Who knows? Look at that green windrow. That's irrigated, and the leaves are green. This is dry land. It's actually pretty dry. You see the dust behind me. It is absolutely insane. that being said, the farmer said pretty much just do whatever you can do for the night, and then whenever the sun falls, just stop. So I've got this dry land corner opened up right here. I have one more to open up, but I don't think I'm going to get to it. But I'm pretty sure whenever I cut all the way around the field, that last dry land corner was actually pretty green. So I might leave that anyways to kind of dry out whenever we switch to the corn. Watch, that's another thing. Whatever I get done before the sun goes down, that's it, at least for soybeans. Tomorrow morning, we're going to drop the header off at this field. We're just going to leave it here. And then we're going to drive to the bins, hook on to the corn header, and we're going to start corn harvest back up. I think I have 2 fields left, and I think we're just going to finish the corn all the way through. I think it's going to take 3, 4, maybe 5 days of corn harvest, depending on how fast Mom can finish up with her farmer. I think Mom might come maybe the last day or 2 of corn to help me finish, and then we should be back together to finish all of the rest of the soybeans for the farmer that I'm working for. But I do have this dry land corner kind of opened up, and I think even if the sun does fall, I'm going to try to finish this corner, and then we're just going to call it for the day. Earlier, y'all kind of missed it because I didn't take the camera. I was on the phone with Mom, and well, I was just trying to figure out what was wrong and be on my way. Ran this piece of metal through the combine. It's hard trying to find good help. I got one piece of metal, stopped my draper belt, and now the second piece of metal went all the way through the combine. I knew I messed up whenever I heard it passed the feed accelerator. It's always a lovely feeling listening to metal just rake across your rotor. My first reaction was to kill everything, so I killed the rotor, but it still made its way all the way through the combine. The rotor takes forever to stop turning, so it was already too late. If it went past the feed accelerator, you might as well just sit there and cry, because it's going outside that combine. But anyways, we're gonna go over here and park and call it a day.
That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Time to scoot, little newt.